Do you worry how your pet mongrel is accused by environmentalists for lathe rainforests in POO in the garden? Include no terror, you can now feed FIDO on dark man flies instead of Brazilian bovine. A pet meal producer now claims how 40% of its new food is done of man flies. It's one of lot firms hoping to cash money in on the clearance versus bovine by human beings worried how the bovine are fed on soy. These soy greenery are accountable for the produce of hothouse gases in considerable quantities. The key issue is if a dietary of 40% man flies meets the dietary as necessary of yours favorite dog. We put the issue to a pet dietary specialist at the King Veterinarian School, Arti Kathrani. Her finding was a careful affirmative. Insects can be a really helpful resource of fiber, she said. Us. More than teaching are necessary to show how lot of these nutritional can in fact be engrossed by a hound's flesh, but several teaching propose how insects can ensure nutritional for dogs. At first view it seems evident how feed yours dog fleshy meal is bad for the environmental. The connection among humans consuming flesh and the union emissions of CO2 and methane is so set, and pets are alleged to eat 20% of world flesh. It's as well real how flies make fiber lot more than effectively rather than herd, with a little percent of the water supply and earth. But in fact the analyze is more than thin rather than how, since as societies be more than rich, human beings frequently rotate to brawn flesh and deny the pets giblets. How giblets is fair as nutritional, and it gets done in pet meal. How dog meal is fair as stable, or unstable, as humans consuming flesh. In reality, if dogs were weaned off flesh and onto insects, the production would include to discover else goal for the giblets. More than worst, maybe. Or more than humans consuming bug fiber. Or more than departure vegetarian. Dogs are omnivores, they eat more than or less than whatever. Cats are lot more than finicky, since they can't do insignificant amino acidity, taurine. They discover it instead of in flesh and minnow. But Dr. Kathrani says teaching Shaw how insects do include taurine, so it's probable how insects could as well shape a helpful portion of the MAGA dietary. The new food is of Yora, a UK begin up. The bug grubs are fed on meal waste management in the Netherlands.